I think just by having more opportunities for women at a younger age, such as a scholarship going into university, such as encouraging more girls at primary school, secondary school level to be excited about tech. They don't necessarily need to be sat at a computer coding, but doing exercises that gets you thinking, that gets you problem solving. Just encouraging more girls, more women to just find the joy in solving these problems and in creating things. I think that will go far to getting more females within the industry.
And I think at the beginning I mentioned that being in tech does not necessarily mean you sit on the computers all day. There are very many different kind of roles. As I've learned, there's UX UI if you're into design. You can be a product manager and help the team to develop some of the brilliant softwares, and you can be an organizational psychologist. There's so many things that you can jump into.
Yeah. I think it, allowing people to see that tech is such a huge field, and encourage people to realise that tech needs all kinds of people because there's all kinds of roles to fill. So you'll be able to find something and you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I think at a young age I thought tech was just like the standard programming. You're just sitting at a computer all day long just coding away. But once I got into university and I did lots of different modules and spoke to more people, kind of realised there's so many different aspects of tech that people don't realise, and I think it's important to kind of raise that awareness for girls, especially when they're in secondary school. So I recently went back to my secondary school to do a teaching module there, and so we set up like lunchtime clubs which were computer science based for like year 7s, and it was just so nice to see how excited they were to be able to do something computer science related which is actually fun and not just like, oh, write this piece of code to do this boring program. And I think that's something that needs to be encouraged more in schools, secondary schools and primary schools, but with an emphasis on girls especially.
So my experience was a bit different. So in kind of junior school and lower school, they were quite enthusiastic, and we had the programming that we did in class was quite entertaining. Like we did a lot of Scratch, which although it's quite, it's block based, so it's quite simplistic, it was entertaining that a lot of people were interested in it. There were quite a few in my GCSE class, but not many took it through to A-level because I don't think they saw it as an actual career option. They enjoyed it at the time, but when it came to picking more important subjects, like for you to actually study in the future beyond school, a lot of people dropped it. So I think at that level we also need to kind of show people, because when you're younger it's good to do exciting projects, but when you're older you want to see more of the kind of broader scope that technology has in a more kind of in-depth way. So.
Yeah. And also it's important to talk about and not forget the history of women in tech. Women haven't just suddenly appeared in tech spaces in the last few years. They've always been here and have always been fighting for a place. And as more people come, shaping a new narrative should also recognise those that came before, and that there is a long story of women being in this place, and we do belong here and always have been here.
And in fact, used to be, especially in programming, used to be the majority of programmers were women. And I think it's really important to remember that Ada Lovelace, who is, her name is well known, but she wasn't just the first female programmer, she was the first programmer, the first person to do it. So it isn't so much, I think, about changing it's not about creating a place, it's just about showing that there's always been a place and stepping up to take it.
Just wanna